As you know, it's 100 years old, and Hubble and Bennis were famous architects in Cleveland and nationally, and this was one of their premier buildings at the time. People weren't building separate gymnasia. This was really built as a gymnasium, and then it could obviously be used for anything at all.
As I told you, I was the first person with the physical education minor, graduated from Floristone Mather. Miss Dahlgren and Miss Andrews, and they put in a whole new program. And I thought, well, I think I'll just follow through on some of that. I had a boyfriend back in Youngstown, and he decided if I'm going to college, he has to go to college. Never forget, he came up to Mather for a dance, and he packed Listerine in his suitcase, and it got all over his clothes. Oh, really? So we went to the dance smelling like Listerine. I went up into the upper reaches of the building. I had some problems trying to decide what the poets were trying to say. Well, interestingly enough, I had Robert Frost with me that day. Well, there wasn't much that wasn't obvious with Robert Frost, so I thought, well, this is a waste of time, because it was pretty obvious what he was trying to say. Mm-hmm. So that was one experience in that hall. Now, here's a picture of me when I was on my graduation day at Mather. And the physical education department gave me the flowers.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was from the physical education department. You know, all I can remember is all these bars to climb.
They're still there.
Are they?
They're still there.
What did you do on the bars?
Not much. I wasn't really very interested in the bars.
In the class of 1944, it was Mather College at that time. Okay. But our family is a Western Reserve University family. My mother graduated from what was called the College for Women in 1908, 100 years ago.
When they built this building.
Yes. I was lying on the same floor in body mechanics, and we were on our tummies, and we were supposed to roll over onto our sides, and when I rolled over, the person over here was staring at me, and she said, "Dopey, you turned over on the wrong side," because it was she who was the dopey one, because she didn't know her left from her right. To be when I was the director of the sophomore and junior and senior stunt. You know about stunt?
Yeah, it was first started in our history research shows it started in like 1914 or something.
I think way back.
Yeah. So
but we would have our rehearsals in here in the gym. It brings back fond memories. Well, it is exciting though. I mean, 100 is very important, especially in the United States. That's a long time.
I've spent many, many, many hours dancing here, and I just feel the vibrations of all the people who danced and all the teachers who came, and I love this place. And I can still remember one thing we did.
What was that?
And you know, somehow, the more I remember it, the more I realize that it was something that Jose Limon taught later on.
What was that?
It was something where you learn to do sharp turns, quarter turns, and we would walk forward 4 counts, turn to the right 4 counts, turn back 4 counts, to the left, and then face forward and then reverse the thing. It's so unique, for one thing, the light, you know, and the space, and the floor. So it's really wonderful. I've been in many, many dance studios. This is the best.
I came here as a student in 1947, and I transferred from another college. So I had already had enough physical education credits that I didn't have to take anything, but I liked everything. And so I took courses here, or classes. I would say that my whole life was changed because I came to classes in this building. I had thought I would be a doctor someday. Well, then I took organic chemistry and decided that that wasn't going to be my career. So to me, you can never tell the real story of a building. It's all about the people who live in it and live in it now. And to have Gary and Karen here as great successors to Kathy and Kelly, it's just a wonderful place to come back to. But we always had modern dance, and there were various people coming through the program who taught it. But it was never like it was until Kathy came. And then she kept adding classes and more difficult classes, and then eventually people were taking MFAs, you know. And I'm very happy that Karen and Gary have taken this on as a real commitment to the future for dance at Case Western Reserve.
I love Studio One. Everyone loves Studio One because of the windows and the light and the columns, the size, the high ceiling. But I love Studio 2, which is where we are right now, because of being able to look out the windows to the trees outside, and that is probably one of my favorite things about this building. This is the original structure, this sort of art. So this wall was not here, and so people could sit here on the benches and look down into what we call Studio One, which was at that time the gym. So this is the little window, and we'll put the camera up here sometimes and video during a performance, so you can look right down over this beautiful space. So that's another one of the charming things about Studio 2 that I really, really love. And so Sam Savin, who was dean then, was really appreciative of the needs of this building and the things that could be done to improve it, to upgrade it, to promote our being able to provide more dance opportunities for more students on campus. So yes, I say let's keep going for the next 100 years of Mather Dance Center. Absolutely.